as we always pay homage to the men and women of the Little Rock Police Department and Fire Department. As a fellow Rotarian, I'm grateful that we see the need that each year, a part of our Rotarian tradition, to highlight the service above self that's exhibited by our first responders each and every year. This year's a little different. As we've just seen, we're approaching 1 year from a day that we will never forget. No matter where you were, for me, I was literally on the phone with Karen Fetzer talking about a traffic light because Director Hines and I have been going back at it about something. It's a good thing. It's a real good joke, y'all. And Karen says, "Why are you still on Chenal Valley? Don't you know there's a storm and possibly a tornado on the way?" So I hurry back to City Hall, and of course we know what happens next. And my very first phone call was from Chief Dyer. He said, "Mayor, we all are ascending to Emmanuel Baptist Church. We've decided to set up a command post." And we know from that day forward, everything's changed. And that day, you saw the police department, the fire department, you saw MIMS, you saw every City of Little Rock employee, volunteer, and neighbor truly exhibiting love by neighbor. If you ever wanted to see unity in the City of Little Rock, it was those days. We united together to show that while it was a tragedy and by the grace of God, no one died, that we had to come back stronger and better than ever. So we share our appreciation not only for March 31st, but to the fire department, who keeps our insurance down because they have the highest ISO rating. They keep us safe. We're grateful. We're grateful for the police department because not only have we seen violent crime go down close to negative 22% last year, and now if you look at the average of the past 5 years, it's down to negative 5%. Because we've gotten smarter on crime with the Real-Time Crime Center, as we've seen that Rotarians are now being very part of that. These two groups help our city be a cutting-edge city. That's the reason why we're one of 2 mid-sized cities in the South that actually grew in 2020. That's the reason why we are now 210,000. That's because of each of them. Because you can't have a growing and a prosperous city without having a safe city. And you get that from both police and fire. And we say, thank you, but also we pray for each and every one of you. Because when you think about Fire Station number 9, you truly want to understand service above self. Those firefighters literally not only thought of themselves to take cover, but they really made certain that their neighbors across the street took cover too. Just like our officers every day lay their lives on the line, as well as our men and women of firefighters. That is truly service above self. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mayor Scott, and thank you to you and the city directors for all that you've done for the city, and particularly through the tornado, and that you guys continue to do to bring back those neighborhoods and businesses. So thank you. All right, so I'm excited to invite Club 99er Ed Owens to the podium now. Ed, along with Becky Finney, another Club 99er, have co-chaired this year's Police and Fire Awards and have done an incredible job, so thank you to both of you. We are honored to recognize the Little Rock Police Department and some of their outstanding officers today, so I'm going to turn things over to Ed.
Thank you, President Natalie. Hello, Rotarians, and again, welcome to all of our guests. A warm Club 99 welcome to you. My name is Ed Owens, and I have had the privilege of chairing the police portion of the Rotary Club of Little Rock Police and Fire Awards Committee. Now, as you have heard, Rotary's motto or mission statement is service above self, but don't misunderstand. We're not saying our version of service above self is equivalent to your selfless service. What I am saying is because service is our mission, we are highly motivated to recognize, honor, and indeed celebrate the finest examples of service. So, without further ado, let's get to the business of recognizing outstanding service of our nominees and honorees. First up is our Community Service Award, Lisa Nava. Where's Lisa? While she's walking up here. Officer Nava has been quietly supporting our community for years without seeking recognition. Last year, her efforts in providing food and clothing to the needy and unsheltered were invaluable. She formed partnerships with churches and established a food pantry at 12th Street Station, ensuring that basic necessities were available to those less fortunate. Additionally, Officer Nava set up a gently used clothes closet for the community. Her work created a spirit of community giving among patrol officers who also began utilizing these resources for the needy they encountered on calls. When food and clothes were not enough, Officer Nava collaborated with social workers, the railroad, and code enforcement to provide additional services and relocation services, as well as semi-permanent shelters. Officer Nava's dedication extended to women's victims, needy children, and anyone in need, providing coats in the winter and cold bottled water in the summer. She serves the community with love, compassion, and empathy, embodying the spirit of a Little Rock officer. The Kimberly Finkelstein Civilian of the Year is Jessica Middleton. Here to help us celebrate the Kimberly Finkelstein Civilian of the Year Award is Mrs. Finkelstein's husband, Hugh, seated at the Baptist table. And the award honors the memory of Kimberly, who served LRPD in multiple roles. Hugh Finkelstein is the Chief of Staff of the Arkansas Department of Public Safety. And please welcome Mr. Finkelstein. Our winner, Jessica Middleton, played a crucial role in the city's response to the aftermath of the March 30th tornado. Going to work immediately after the devastation and working tirelessly through the night and into the following days, she created detailed maps of the storm-damaged areas. These maps were instrumental in coordinating efforts across multiple city departments to bring relief to the affected residents. By accurately targeting affected areas, Jessica's maps helped speed up the recovery process for those in the 6-mile path of destruction. Her dedication and skill are a credit to the Crime Analysis Unit, the Little Rock Police Department, and indeed the entire city of Little Rock. Please give her a warm round of applause. Next is Chief Lawrence Johnson Leadership Award, going to Sergeant Keenan Madden, who couldn't be here today. During his tenure, former Little Rock Police Chief Lawrence Johnson added this award category to recognize officers who exhibited outstanding leadership in the course of their duties. Later in this presentation, you will see a video presentation starring Sergeant Madden. When you see this video, notice how it highlights why he was chosen for this award. Leadership is not demonstrated by one single example, it's a full-time job. Sergeant Madden demonstrated his leadership skills in all of his duties and creates opportunities to make the department better. Accepting the award for Sergeant Madden is Officer Tracy Brandon. And I want to also thank her for being the go-between between the Little Rock Police Department, the Rotary Club, and a little behind-the-scenes comment. She took over that go-to position at the last minute because the person normally responsible went on leave to spend time with a new addition to the family. So apparently that is one of her strong suits, is to step in when needed. So thank you. Next is the Recruit of the Year. It's named in honor of Detective Noel Donnie McGuire. who was a highly respected 5-year veteran whose watch tragically ended May 14, 1980, during what initially appeared to be a routine traffic stop. Let's watch the Recruit of the Year video featuring the aforementioned Leadership Award winner, Sergeant Keenan Madden.
My name is Sergeant Keenan Madden. I'm a recruit training sergeant for the Little Rock Police Department. Grant Shelby, he's a part of recruit class 102, the largest recruit class we've had in quite some time. My primary job as recruit training sergeant is to develop and implement training, the training curriculum that will bring recruits to translate them from civilians to Little Rock police officers. Over the course of a 24-week period, the recruits are typically evaluated in 3 categories. Those categories include firearms, physical fitness training, as well as academics. One of the things he excelled in, he obviously came prepared. He was already had established some fitness level. He performed very well in running out 1.5 miles, doing our push-ups. I think at some point he exceeded over 100 push-ups. He did an enormous amount of sit-ups. And of course, his bench press and his shuttle run times were great. And he just had the determination to win. He had a competitive spirit. And overall, I just believe that motivated him to make sure he was the top of his class. Officer Shelby did an excellent job at preparing himself. I myself developed the test. I don't make the test easy. I think in school, most of the time the passing scores are about 70. Well, here at the Little Rock Police Department, our scores is 80. So that's the cutoff. So if you make below 80, you fail. Obviously, he was able to supersede that. Typically scored a 90 and above on his test, and that was far above average. They go over more than 200 hours worth of firearm training where we primarily focus on speed and accuracy. Obviously, recruit Shelby excelled in this area. He prepared himself. He listened to all the things we taught him. If we told him to do something, he did it. Well, what most people don't know about Officer Shelby, he was actually one of our youngest, and while he was a part of Recruit Class 102, he actually competed with Recruit Class not only 102, but 106 as well. Him being the youngest, he had to come in motivated. He had to have an amount of maturity amongst his peers. He was also one of our squad leaders. My instructors who are responsible for conducting the various trainings that we have over the course of a 24-week period, they saw something in him. He led his class, he cheered his class on. When he finished, commonly he would finish first at everything, but he stayed behind and made sure he pushed his class forward. I remember one occasion when we did a ward run, we had to run over 2.5 miles, I believe, and one of his classmates fell behind. Well, Officer Shelby took it upon himself while he was also in front to look behind him and see one of his classmates was lagging behind, and Officer Shelby actually, for about half a mile, he pushed him, literally pushed him up the hill while he was running to keep him up to the classmates. So that selflessness that he demonstrated really showed his leadership qualities, and that's why he's standing in front of you as the Recruiter of the Year.
Honor him. On behalf of Officer Brandon is accepting the award on his behalf as well. So. Our final LRPD award is for Officer of the Year. If you would, please direct your attention to the screens for the video featuring Sergeant Jason Follett describing our award winner.
I'm Jason Follett, a Sergeant with Little Rock Police Department. I nominated Officer Nick Kinsey for Officer of the Year. Officer Kinsey is a leader. He's a leader amongst his peers. He's a leader in the police department. He comes to work every day with a positive attitude and really makes a difference for the citizens of Little Rock. I've known Officer Kinsey for roughly 10 years. I've only supervised him for a short period of time, but even the supervisors that came before me all agreed that he deserved the nomination for Officer of the Year. Officer Kinsey reports to the 12th Street substation, which is the downtown patrol division. He works a day shift, and every day he comes in, he attends lineup, he's punctual, takes good notes, and then once we're finished with lineup, he'll go and get in his police car and patrol a specific area. Officer Kinsey made over 89 felony arrests And a majority of those were initiated by Officer Kinsey, but also with the assistance of other officers on his shift. And the culmination of that number, when you're talking 89 felony arrests, they're all significant in their own way. Officer Kinsey's humble, a great attitude, his efforts that he puts forth daily really make him stand out among all the officers at the Little Rock Police Department. Officer Kinsey also has a daughter that I know he's very close with. His work ethic, I'm sure, also translates into his personal life. It is a great honor, and I know he will continue to work hard, continue to be a leader, and continue to motivate and lead from the front like he has been doing.
So have a good round of applause for Officer Kinsey. It's been my pleasure to share this portion of the program today, and it's now a great pleasure to. He's here? Oh, good. Yeah. Now I'd like to welcome Chief Helton to the podium to give some remarks for us. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Mr. Owens. Always a pleasure to come before Club 99 and speak a few words, although I'm starting to see a pattern anytime that myself and Chief Hubbard are together, somehow I'm always before him. So I really haven't figured that out yet, but we're going to get that because it makes his speeches a lot shorter when I have to go first. So we're going to get that fixed. Again, I'd like to, on behalf of the men and women of the Little Rock Police Department, I want to thank Club 99 for their continued support and recognition of not only the police department, but the fire department personnel with the city of Little Rock. And before I dive off any other words, how many significant others, family, do we have here to recognize our nominees and award winners today? I know we have some. We'd like to applaud you. Having been in this profession for 28 years and known many of friends across all first responders from fire, MEMS, communications, my friends at state police and all across the state and all across this country, we are a family in ourselves. But one thing is for certain, back in March of 2023, we saw the horrific tornado. That's one of many incidents that go on that we can adapt and overcome, but when there's tragedy and things hit, we step up to the plate. We do that without even blinking an eye, without even thinking. It becomes second nature to us to respond. Putting our life on the line every day is part of the job. We truly love what we do, and honestly, that support from our family, our significant others, is very much vital to us to be able to be successful in what we do, and we definitely appreciate those. The continued support from the community means everything to us as law enforcement, firefighters, MEMS, 911 operators. It's not an easy job. In this profession, unfortunately, we see things that no human being should ever have to witness in their entire life, that no people across the regular community just don't understand. But we deal with this on a daily basis. We take this home. It compounds over time, and yet we still come to work every day excited with the passion and the honor and the integrity and the commitment to do what we need to do. So I'm honored to stand up here, not only as just the chief of Little Rock Police Department, but just as a representative as first responders as a whole. It's truly an honor to be able to do this. And on behalf of the men and women of Little Rock Police Department, we hope our continued partnership with the Rotary will remain. We very much thank you for all the support that you give us and hope that it will continue. And just everybody have a safe day. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chief Helton and Ed. And congrats to all the Little Rock Police Department honorees and your families today. We really appreciate your service to our city. So as you know, along with the police force, our fire department also plays a major role in taking care of our community. So I'd now like to invite Club 99er Becky Finney. She's the other half of the Becky dynamic duo here, who's co-chairing this event. Becky's going to lead us in our second part of today's awards for the Little Rock Fire Department.
Thanks, President Godotti, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Becky Finney, and it is my privilege and honor to recognize some of the city's amazing firefighters. First, though, I'd like to invite Chief Delphone Hubbard for a few remarks.
Great. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you again for this opportunity to display your support and acknowledgement of the work of the men and women of the Little Rock Fire Department, but as well the men and women of all public safety sectors of this community. In public safety, you only get an opportunity to get it right once. You only get one opportunity to get one shot. And so with that, the men and women of the Little Rock Fire Department, Police Department, State Police, all of our public safety individuals, we prepare and train daily. Train, prepare, train. And what you had an opportunity to see was that training and preparedness on display in March of last year during the tornado, when each of your public safety agencies did exactly what that title says. We provided safety to our community of Little Rock. And I think you ought to be absolutely proud of this particular safety entity that you have here. And with that, Chief Helton, I only go last because I got 29 years, you got 28, but we good. But with that, I'd just like to say thank you on behalf of all the men and women of the Little Rock Fire Department and of all public safety entities for the preparedness that this organization, Club 99, displays in your acknowledgement and support of us. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Hubbard. We appreciate all you do. So we're going to kick off with presentations, and I'm going to ask you to turn your attention to the screen. And the first award category will be the individual citations. Please take your time and read the names so that you can thank and congratulate the awardees. The next will be the Medals of Merit. The Life-Saving Medals, Unit Citations. The Unit Citations. The Community Service Ribbons. Life-Saving Medals. And Medals of Merit, Life-Saving Medal. Congratulations to all the awardees. The next award category is the Gavin Wright Award, and that award goes to Bo Hager. Bo here. The Gavin Wright, who lost a courageous battle with colon cancer in 2013, is a name synonymous with courage. Empowered by an indomitable spirit, he fought relentlessly to reclaim the most precious possession, time. Not all men face such a battle, but Gavin's determination, both physically and mentally, against a relentless force that seeks to steal time is a feat few will ever comprehend. I can, I will, embodies the struggle that only a select few will endure. It signifies the confidence to confront fear and the stark realization of life and death decisions, immortalizing time itself. When we think of Gavin Wright, we also think of Bo Hager, whose life took a dramatic turn on March 23, 2023. Stricken by a swift infection, Bo's condition deteriorated rapidly, leading to a medically induced coma. His family and friends, unaware of the gravity of the situation, gathered in anxious anticipation. Despite the dire circumstances, Bo's medical team fought tirelessly to save him. Moments of despair turned into hope as Bo's heart was revived, his spirit unbroken. Bo's journey to recovery was arduous, marked by surgeries and uncertainty, yet his determination, supported by his loving wife, Amanda, and the unwavering encouragement of family and friends, propelled him forward. Learning to walk again and relearning life's basic task, Bo's resilience mirrored Gavin's ethos: I can, I will. On April 25th, 2023, Bo's newfound understanding of life's fragility crystallized as he met his grandson, Cole. This moment epitomized the value of time, a gift he almost lost. Bo's ongoing battle against adversity, with multiple surgeries behind him and one more ahead, has not deterred him. Returning to the Little Rock Fire Department, he continues to exemplify the excellence, professionalism, and brotherhood of firefighters everywhere. It is with a courageous, persevering, and humble heart that Bo's family and friends nominated him for the Gavin Wright Award. Bo not only holds Gavin's spirit close to his heart, but also honors it with his own will and determination, truly understanding the value in the time he fought so hard to preserve. For that, we are proud to honor Bo Hager. Congratulations, firefighter. The next award is the Alan Wayne Humanitarian Award. The Alan Wayne Humanitarian Award is presented to engineer Casey Reap, firefighter Matthew Stallings, firefighter Clint Travis, and firefighter Liam Hill for their exceptional acts of kindness and selflessness following the March 2023 tornado. Casey Reap, come forward, guys. Casey Reap took it upon himself to search damaged homes immediately after the tornado, offering aid to anyone in need. He continued his efforts by assisting numerous homes with cleanup in the weeks following the disaster, all without recognition or compensation. Matthew Stallings, off duty at the time, delivered food to the men working at Station 9 on the day of the storm to ensure they had sustenance. He then joined in helping numerous individuals with debris cleanup in the aftermath. Clint Travis, despite suffering his own loss during the tornado, dedicated countless hours to helping his neighbors with cleanup, demonstrating exceptional resilience and compassion. Liam Hill also volunteered his time to assist countless individuals with cleanup efforts after the storm, showing unwavering dedication to his community. These four men, along with others who may have performed similar acts of kindness, exemplify the spirit of community and selflessness. They deserve recognition not only for their duty that day, but also for their continued support and generosity towards their neighbors and colleagues. Congratulations, firefighters. Our next category is the Persons of the Year. And there are 7 awardees: Sean Fisher, Scott Wingert, Andres Galvin, Shane Cardenas, Ben Hammond, Craig Martin, William Bowden, Matthew Gunther, Travis Logston. This year, the fire chief has nominated the fire crews of Fire Station Number 9 for Persons of the Year for their efforts during the March 31st, 2023 EF3 tornado that devastated our city. The fire crew sought cover while standing in the direct line of travel of the tornado. Immediately after the tornado passed through the area, firefighters of Station 9 began to display all the city's core values without giving a second thought about their own safety. They demonstrated extraordinary helpfulness while providing shelter to the residents who came to the fire station for safety. They were extremely professional and people-centered at that moment. Their knowledge and expertise were on full display while mitigating this unpredictable event. Teamwork was at the forefront of achieving the many tasks associated with search and rescue efforts, shutting off any possible ignition sources such as leaking natural gas or downed power lines, and mitigating any imminent life safety issues. The firefighters' efforts were performed at a level beyond normal expectations. Their efforts positively impacted the businesses and residential community. The fire crews were the leaders in our community that day who ensured that all their decisions and actions prioritized the well-being and needs of our citizens. This tornado was an event that firefighters describe as a high-risk, low-frequency occurrence. However, these firefighters were prepared to address all the complex issues that came along with it. Although Fire Station Number 9 was a total loss, the resilience of the firefighters on that day was a clear-cut example of their commitment to the city of Little Rock and every resident and visitor who they encountered. Congratulations to you all. Congratulations, firefighters, and thank you so much. Now, the Recruit of the Year. This award is performance-based and goes to firefighter Justin Payne. Let's watch a short video about firefighter Payne.
Hello, I'm Casey Jones. I'm a captain here with Little Rock Fire Department. I am actually stationed at Station 11 and assigned to the Engine 11 that takes care of the southwest of the city. What I'd like to do right now is introduce the Recruit of the Year for 2023, Justin Payne. Justin was nominated as the Recruit of the Year for both his scores in academia and his scores in physical fitness throughout the recruit process. That process involves roughly 1,000 hours of operational training, medical emergency training, and physical fitness training throughout the year. During this time, Justin outperformed every one of his classmates with the weekly exams that involves 50 to 100 questions each week, as well as daily PT scores, as well as the operational fireground training, including drill tower, building assignments, as well as fire ground and automobile fires. Justin performed highly in physical fitness as part of the team and as an individual. It is for these reasons that I am proud to hand the award for Recruit of the Year for 2023 to Mr. Justin Payne.
Hello, my name is Justin Payne, currently a firefighter for the Little Rock Fire Department. I work at Engine 19, Station 19. What made me become a firefighter? It's not something I really had ever thought of before in my life. I was just at work one day when my friend called me. She was actually in the police academy. She was telling me all about it, how much she loved it, the physicality of it, what she gets to do for the community. I just thought it was the coolest thing ever. She tried to talk me into it, into becoming a police officer. Told her I didn't think that really fit who I was, and then she mentioned firefighter. As soon as she said that, it just clicked. It made more sense to me than anything in the world, and ever since that day, I've been working towards getting all the way up to this point. I'm not from Little Rock originally. I've moved back and forth between Central Arkansas and Texas my whole life. Fire Academy, it's not something I'd ever experienced before in my life. What really got me through it, my fellow recruits. We all pushed each other to help each other become better. The instructors are amazing, terrific teachers. I don't think a lot of people realize how much academic work goes into being a firefighter. You have to learn so much stuff about structural fires, car fires. Probably the most difficult part is EMT. You have to be an EMT to be a part of the fire department. What I'm most proud of in the Fire Academy is the fact that every single one of the recruits that came into Fire Academy came through and passed. Nobody was left behind. Same thing with EMT school. Every one of us that went into EMT school came out of EMT school. We all helped each other out. So I just want to say thank you specifically to the instructors that got us through Fire Academy and EMT school, but most importantly my recruits that went in there and fought with me to get us all through.
Congratulations, firefighter Justin Payne. And our final award is Firefighter of the Year. This award goes to none other than Captain Casey Jones. We're honored to recognize Captain Jones with a short video.
Now I'd like to talk about the year of 2023 from the City of Little Rock Fire Department. The fire department responded to nearly 40,000 responses, including fires and medical emergencies throughout the city in 2023. These instances cost a lot of lives to be lost, a lot of homes to be lost, and a lot of individuals to wind up in the hospital. On many of these occasions, lives were saved, homes were saved, possessions were saved, and people were reunited with their loved ones due to the efforts of the firefighters and men and women of our fire department. The fire department has also suffered its own emergencies, such as the tornado that passed through last year, causing not only one of our fire stations to be destroyed, but several of our apparatus to be damaged. These tornadoes and the aftermath did not stop our members from responding to the citizens when they were in need, immediately after riding through the weather themselves. So now what I'd like to do is take a moment to recognize a couple of different awards as the awards chairman. The Alan Wayne Humanitarian Award and the Person or Persons of the Year Award. These awards are typically given out to individuals for exceptional service and community service given by a member of the department. However, this year is very rare and unique in the fact that both of these awards were given to crews themselves. The Person or Persons of the Year Award was given to the members of Station 9 for having weathered the tornado inside their station as it passed overhead, destroyed their station and their apparatus, and yet taking immediate action to run out and help the members of the communities surrounding their station and in their district. The other crew that was nominated was 4 individuals who will receive the Alan Wayne Humanitarian Award for their service and community efforts on a volunteer basis as they showed up off-duty to help members of the community by providing clothing, money, and food immediately after the tornado. Now I'd like to talk about the Firefighter of the Year award. I was nominated, and surprisingly so, by a letter that was sent to the nomination committee from the Assistant Fire Chief of Guam Fire Department. I met an individual at the National Fire Academy during one of my trips there to study firefighting. I met the Assistant Chief and immediately started helping him with a project at his own department. After multiple nights of talks, we got to chatting about some of the things I had accomplished for the year. I've completed my Master's of Business Administration and Fire Administration this year, as well as being certified as a Chief Training Officer, one of only 177 in the world and one of 2 in Arkansas. This is pretty substantial certification, as there's 1.4 million firefighters throughout the U.S. And to say you're one of 177 is pretty impressive. I was also nominated as the Safety Officer of the Year through the Fire Department Safety Officers Association. As the awards chairman, it's a little humbling and catches you off guard when you see your own name put in for an award. I had to recuse myself from the process and send the award over to several colleagues to verify the award and make sure that I wasn't putting any self-bias into the process. Although I will say that it is a very, very prestigious award, and I'm very humbled and honored to receive it as Firefighter of the Year for 2023.
Congratulations, Captain Casey Jones. This concludes our awards section for firefighters. I'd just like to say you are all exceptional public servants, and we are so grateful for your service and for your sacrifices. Congratulations again to all of you. President Natalie.
Thank you, Becky. Congrats to the fire department honorees, and then of course our police honorees earlier. All of you are extremely important to the growth and prosperity of our beautiful city, and so we are truly honored to recognize you each year for all the great things that you're doing for our community. So we also can't say enough about your critical roles in the tornado last year, and we wanted to highlight that because you did so many amazing things to help so many neighbors and families. So thank you again. You guys were true heroes, and we're honored to recognize you today. Thanks again to our sponsors for today, Baptist Health, AT&T, Habitat for Humanity, First National Bank, and Roller Funeral Homes. Can't thank you guys enough for sponsoring. And that is it for our awards today. I will also just quickly mention that I know some people will want to get some pictures up here, and Nelson is going to be here to do that. So please come forward with your families, your other co-workers for pictures. We'd love to take those. So thank you again. I look forward to see all of our Rotarians next week. We've got another Can't Miss meeting. We've got the world-renowned Titanic artifact collector, Paul Burns, thanks to Billy sitting here. So it's going to be a good one. Thank you again for participating today. Congrats again to all of our honorees. We'll see you next week.